So let's now have a look at how you can use the email and SMS updates feature to communicate with your landlord, tenant, and contractor. I've opened my Swanridge 50 maintenance ticket, and you'll note in the top left-hand corner there's a drop-down that says email and SMS updates. So typically what you want to use this for is to communicate whenever there's an update on a maintenance ticket and one of those three parties needs to be updated with the progress. You can use these features to do that. And it's very simple. Basically, in this case, the maintenance ticket was logged. So let's say you communicate with a landlord. Maybe you phone the landlord. I think this was the leaking tap. So let's say we go to our contact details, phone the landlord, have a discussion with him. And then what we want to do is actually log the action. So we'll say, followed up with landlord. All right, so we log our action, click save, and it logs it in the ticket actions log. Now we want to update the tenant with that information. So whenever we use these update features, the system will always take the last action in the log and include that in the default email that is compiled. So now if I click email tenant, you'll see that the tenant's email address is completed automatically. It compiles a nice subject for me with the ticket reference number so that when the tenant responds to this email, the ticket reference number is in the subject and the system will be able to automatically link this email to the maintenance ticket. And then it's got some default body text. In this case, dear Susan, because Susan's the tenant, the latest update on the maintenance ticket for Swanridge 50 is, and then it includes the details of that last action. Followed up with landlord, landlord approval to send contractor. So now you can edit this and maybe you can say, or something like that. And then we just click send. And there we go. So now that email is also logged in our email log, and the tenant has been updated. Now, as you'll know, the most important thing in maintenance is to keep all the parties informed and in the loop. Because whenever tenants don't hear from you for a couple of days, they might assume that nothing is happening. Meanwhile, you might have communicated with the landlord 3 times and with the contractor 4 times, but if they don't know about that, then they will think you are not doing anything to assist them with the problem they are having. So now, let's select a contractor. In this case, I'm going to use Plumfast. And you can see that the system once again logs that action for me in the actions log. Now I want to let the landlord know that I have assigned a contractor to this ticket. So all I need to do is go to email updates, email the landlord this time. So the landlord's Johan, and the latest update on your maintenance ticket is contractor assigned to maintenance ticket, and there's the details. Now the system is also smart enough to know that if you have selected a contractor, so then whenever you use the updates to the landlord and the tenant, it will include the details of that contractor so that the tenant or the landlord can follow up on it if they need to. So now I can just click send and close, and the landlord has been updated. Now the same goes for the SMSs, except the SMSs don't include the notes, otherwise they might get too long. So if you want to send an SMS to the tenant, you simply go email or SMS tenant, and yeah, that looks perfect. So it basically says a contractor has been assigned, and you can send that SMS to the tenant. So these maintenance email and SMS updates all work on the same basis. So it just depends on whether you want to send the update to the landlord, tenant, or the contractor. Just note they always include the latest action, and the email that is compiled is completely customizable. So if you want to take all of this out, you can do that as well and type your own custom email. You can also use a saved reply, which is basically pre-set up email templates with tags that you can use, and I'll show you how to do this in the next video.